uses one of those arms. And he said all they've got to do is he just asked him to measure, like around, the
bicep or
right, kind of where the piece is going to be fitting at, around that, about how long it, they probably do some specs from the other hand, so he can customize, so they'll match.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
put like a customizable silly string can.
I'd be good with that.
So you could walk around like Spider-Man.
What they had on the video was like they'd take a picture and then they'd take a picture of the actual, like the other hand that's on there, and then they'd put the pieces on it so then it would fit the other hand.
Right.
But it had to be like a high resolution, so it would be like down to the millimeter to where it would fit.
Right, and they probably have to have some form of scale, like it's, like I said, there's something about sending some measurements, so it'd probably some measurements of what the real hand is and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but like I said, I thought this was an awesome story. It kind of shows how, some people are making strides in prosthetics and kind of what we have to look forward to in the future. So, any last remarks?
No, I'm good.
No?
I'm the prosthetic topic.
Okay. So, you know how you hear sometimes like the teacher or the student becomes a teacher, and things like that. Well, in this case, it's the patient becomes the nurse. So there was a girl, and her name is, she's 24, and I'm trying to remember what her name is. Her name is Montana Brown, and when she was younger, she had cancer, and this is when she was 2 years old, and I can't name the cancer because I really can't read it. It's anyway, so she had cancer when she was younger. She went into remission for about 13 years and then when she was 15 years old, she was diagnosed with the same. She kind of came out of remission, and she had to undergo chemotherapy again, and it was really hard for her. Then she went back into remission, and I think she's been in remission since. Well, she went to school to become a nurse for it's a pediatric oncology nurse. So she works at the same hospital that she went to and got all of her treatments at.
Okay.
So she was a patient there,
and now she works there.
And now she works there. She got her degree, and she feels that her story, the fact that she's actually been where they're sitting, can kind of help some kids and parents make decisions on, okay, should we do this treatment or should we keep on where we're going? Because when it comes to this kind of stuff, there's a lot of different. I mean, there's not a lot of options, but sometimes there's an experimental thing that'll come out. It's like, okay, should we try it? Because the parents are like, well, should we try something that's experimental, or should we?
Nobody wants to be the guinea pig.
Exactly, but they're sometimes. I mean, even when it's something that's approved, it's new, and they know it works, but because it's new enough, the parents are like, but she feels she can, because she was in that situation, she feels like she could help kind of steer them and, give them her experience and, kind of help figure out what the best treatment would be for the kids and all that.
Absolutely. I mean, she had cancer. Now she's working with people who have cancer, so she got firsthand experience.
And I think that's what it is. I mean, it's kind of like going to sports a little bit. You've got a lot of the basketball players that retire, or even you've got race car drivers that retire, and they become commentators because they know what they're talking about. They know the game better than anybody else because they used to play it. It's kind of the same thing. She had this. She knows what it's like to go through the different process. She knows what it's like, to be sitting in where all these kids are sitting. So she knows, what made her feel a little bit better. Could it make another kid feel a little bit better? You know what I mean?
So where's the good part of the story?
well, the good part is that she's helping out kids.
Well, yeah, of course. But where's like the interesting like?
I thought this was just interesting because it's I've really not heard of too many patients becoming the nurses. I've heard of them go on and maybe do some fundraising with the American Cancer Society.
But she was a patient when she was a kid. She grew up and she went to college, got her degree. Now she's a nurse.
Well, she was a kid, she was like a kid, and then she was like a teenager. So it hit her twice in her life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she didn't like decide her career path. Of course, she has a chance to become a nurse or a practitioner of some sort.
She did decide a career path.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's not surprising at all.
I just thought it was cool.
Okay.
Well, and it also made her really happy. I mean, she said, I shared the quote, that she's already working the job, and it's more than anything she could ask for. And she also said it's so cool just to be in the place where I was treated and have an influence over the kids and to be an inspiration to them. So it's kind of like an inspiring story. She wants to inspire the kids, hey, we can get through this. You can be anything you want to be, kind of deal.
So it's like she's a nurse and a counselor.
Exactly. Because she's been there.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I guess it's not really happy, but it's, I mean, I think it's cool. The staff is really excited that she's there because, like I said, the staff was there when she was going all through this, and I don't know. I thought it was a fun little story.
It is, to a certain degree.
There is one of the I'm trying to think. The nurse manager that hired her said after meeting Montana and knowing her story and hearing her responses to her own journey, we know that she would be the next best addition to our team. So that's cool. I don't know. I think it's just cool. I think it's always cool when the like I said, kind of the student or the patient becomes the person, helping or kind of that's influential. I mean, it's kind of like if you've ever had, say you had a teacher that influenced you, and then you decided, I want to become a teacher,
and I end up teaching their kid.
Right. It's kind of like the same thing.
And I can get them like detention and ISS.
Don't do that.
And payback for all the stuff they did. Yeah,
don't do that.
That'd be amazing.
I mean, one of my best friends became a teacher because of one of his teachers in school. So, I don't know. I just always think that this is a kind of they're cool stories when you've got, like I said, a patient or somebody that's fighting something really bad, and they're able to kind of overcome that and become, try to help out more people. I just like stories about people helping people because we don't get too many of those. I guess that's all. You guys have anything to say?
On the nurse topic? No. It's a great story. Feels good.
Awesome
story. Good to know people are helping people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I guess it's time for
Movie Madness Monday! Movie Madness Monday!
It is time for Movie Madness Monday. This is the portion of the show when we start talking about the different movies that are coming out. I've expanded it to TV shows, music, things like that. And the first thing I want to talk about is the Psych movie. Have you guys ever seen Psych?
No.
Yes.
Yes?
Mm-hmm. I have
okay.
seen Psych.
So Psych is a show about a guy who's just super observative. I can't say the word.
As observative?
Thank you.
There we go.
I still don't think that's right, but
No,
either way. Anyway, he's very good at spotting just kind of the littlest details. Mm-hmm. And he tries to... He tries to push himself off as psychic. Yeah. Because he's
so observant too.
Observative?
Observative.
I don't know.
Yeah. And he can remember it all too.
Well, yeah.
That's the thing is if you can't remember it, it don't matter.
Right.
Exactly.
So like he'll walk around the crime scene and he'll see the little things here or there, and he'll kind of scan the room, and it's funny because him and his partner, who he always has different names for. His real name's Gus. It's Gus and Sean, and they like banter back and forth. Yeah, it's Sean will come up with all these weird like theories and say all this stupid stuff, and Sean's like, "What the hell are you doing, Sean?" Yeah, so it's just like they're able to banter back and forth, and it makes it really funny because Sean gets Gus into all these really like weird situations, and they always get caught and they always get in trouble, but yet they always find whoever's behind whatever it is.
Yeah.
So has the movie came out yet?
Well, this was a TV show.
Yeah, it was really.
The movie is about to come out.
How are they going to make it a movie?
I don't know. It's probably going to be like one giant TV show because it's going to be on USA, so it's not going to be like a in theater movie.
Yeah.
Which I mean makes sense. It's where because they had a movie before. It was an extra long episode.
Yeah.
And it was like a musical, and that wasn't too bad. But this is like an actual. I think it's supposed to be like instead of doing another like mini series or something, it's just gonna the plot line's so long that they can make it a movie. But this is the trailer for one of them for the new movie.
Greetings, psychos!
It's coming. The moment you've all been dreaming of, begging for, and mailing rotten pineapples to the USA Network about.
That's right, Psych, the movie. What?
Yes, it's finally happening. Yes, Psych is coming to the big screen.
Actually...
You heard me. To a theater near you.
I don't think it's coming...
And it's gonna be, wait for it, in 3D.
What?
And guest starring the very handsome Brian Goosering.
It's Ryan Gosling.
Yes, him.
He's not in the movie.
I've heard it both ways.
No, you haven't. I think I would know if he was in the movie.
Gus, don't be fake news.
I'm not fake news. You're making all this stuff up. The Psych movie is not coming to a theater near you.
Yeah, of course, if you live very far from all movie theaters. But if you live close to a movie theater...
No, it's going to be right where it belongs, back on USA Network.
But in 3D?
Nope.
Can I still wear these glasses?
Be my guest.
Well, in that case, I hope you all enjoy Psych, the movie. Coming to a TV screen near you, not in 3D, and not starring Canada's own Brian Goosering.
Most of that was right.
So it's kind of like the banter that they have back and forth, and it's like I said, Sean will say really dumb stuff, and Gus will kind of correct him, and it's just kind of their dynamic, and it makes it really funny.
It's hilarious.
But there's no, so it has a release date. It's going to be, I want to say it was going to be like next year. Anyway, they have a release date, but I don't think I've even seen what it's about, or like a significant plot line. I've just seen like a whole bunch of stuff that it's happening. They've put a whole bunch of teaser trailers out and things like that.
This is off topic, but did you see the trailer for the movie? I think it's Matt Damon, where everybody gets shrunk to like. You remember like Honey, We Shrunk the Kids?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. But
like basically, this is some kind of futuristic movie where the world's overpopulated and they can shrink everybody, and now they got an infinite amount of resources. Because if you think about it, if everybody was the size of like 2 inches tall, a bag of Doritos would last everybody for like a year.
Right.
That would stink. Sadly, being short and tiny in a huge world. Just think of like the large buildings came and hit the elevator button.
No, and they're
you need like a ladder.
And like in their trailer, like they're having a party, and they hook up, I think it's called Spigot, to a bottle of Absolute vodka, and it's like one, just like a regular fifth of vodka, but it's enough to get everybody just plastered for the longest amount of time, like the whole town would get hammered.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Kind of reeling it back to the Psych thing. I was just reading, and I knew this, but I forgot. They're going to have John Cena in there again, because in the original series, John Cena played the brother of Sean's girlfriend, who was a detective. And so he's supposed to be back in the movie. The entire cast is supposed to be back, as far as I know of. But like I said, there's still no... I haven't seen anything like a plot line or anything, so I wonder if they're just going to kind of keep that secret until the movie actually comes out. But they're doing some really cool stuff. So a big part of the show was they always had a pineapple in the show somewhere, whether it was hidden like up on the fridge or something. So there was a game.
Like a Where's Waldo?
Kind of. Like sometimes it would be like Sean would toss it to someone else, or he'd just randomly pick up a pineapple and look at it, or like I said, it'd be sitting up on the fridge in the background of a shot or something. And so in every episode of Psych, there's a pineapple somewhere, and so it became a game. Who could find it, and you would win prizes and things like that. So the pineapple became like the symbol for the show, and so they did this really cool thing, and it was the pineapple tossed around America. And what they wanted you to do is they wanted you to just take a video of yourself tossing the pineapple to your friend next to you, and then your friend tossing it off screen. and then you can edit that together, and it'll look like it's tossing from one person, from one person to the next person, because it would just keep changing shots.